ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Brian Galkey!
All right, how is everybody today? Good? All right, so I look like Renee, but I talk like Andy, okay? So a little bit there. All right, because man, is Renee not phenomenal? Like, when he talks, I'm just stunned. Absolutely amazing. All right, how many of you guys have seen me speak before? Okay, a few. Good news about that is repetition is the key, right? That's why we practice our scripts. That's why we practice everything else. Everybody has a goal, right? How would you guys like an unfair advantage to help you meet those goals? How to understand other people so much better that you know how to speak their language. What does that lead to? When you learn to build rapport, that's how relationships are built. So Renee was up here and he was talking earlier about emotional intelligence is more important now than ever in the history of our time. And what we're going to teach you today is how to look at other people, and when you look at people and you make them feel seen and heard, it will change their life and will change yours at the exact same time. The cool part about this is if you ever get stuck in a rut, what do? We get stuck in our own head. I'm naturally an introvert. And I would be out in public in an event like this and be in the prison of my own mind at the exact same time because I was overthinking things. What do they think about me? What should I say? But when I learned this skill, and what you're going to learn today is when you focus on other people, you get out of your own way. And it's what took me from being in the prison of my own mind and into the present moment. It took me from help desk to regional vice president of sales. Y'all ready? All right. What's the hardest part about our jobs right now, being in sales? The world has changed. People spent a year or two behind locked doors. They learned to have mistrust of other people. We started relying on things like Zoom calls, virtual meetings. And so Renee did a fantastic job talking about body language today, and I am going to cover a few body language things as well. But the thing is, when we are in those virtual calls, we can only see so much of somebody's face. But yet, you're going to be able to understand them in so much better form and fashion. And I don't know if you guys flew here, drove here or not, but in the airport, y'all see a lot of people wearing masks again on planes? Even with that part of our face being covered up, just this much here will make you dangerous when it comes to closing deals. What's the unfair advantage? It's how to get people's attention by decoding their facial features. So in the picture over here on the left, the person's making it all about the message, right? They've got commission breath. They're just going off a script that they've rehearsed 1,000 times. But what will really change everything for you, and what you're going to learn today, is when you learn to focus on the other person, look how they put their phones away and they paid attention to the person who was speaking. And that's what you want. How to separate yourself apart. You guys know scripts, you know word patterns, but this is how you make it that much more powerful by learning to adjust and tweak those based on who you're talking to. So everybody's got their phones out. Do me a favor and take a selfie. And the reason why is we're going to talk about facial features. You're going to want to look at your own. So go ahead real fast. Everybody just take a selfie. I'm going to take a picture of you guys doing that at the same time because it's kind of fun. All right, now, here's a fun sales trick. Oh, look, since you already have your phones out, I happen to have a QR code, right? Now, the QR code is to download the cheat sheet or look up any of the information, whatever you want to reach out, email, text, you name it. But I really want you to get the cheat sheet today too, because don't believe me. Go out and test this. This cheat sheet will change lives. And the reason why, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but eyebrows lead to eye contact. And that's what we've lost with smartwatches, smartphones, everything else, even Zoom. Half the time we're so busy looking at our own face, we're not looking at the people we're talking to. Where's the camera? What am I doing? Do I have a booger in my nose? You know, all these things are taking place. So, why am I here to tell you about faces, and what are you here to learn today? We're all amateur face readers, and that's because every book we've ever read, every cartoon we've ever looked at has told us how to understand other people. When we grew up reading books, there were only two ways to describe characters in a book. That was through their actions and through their facial features. You can turn on any Disney movie. You immediately know who's the hero and who's the villain before there's even a sound. You can look at the movie poster and know that. So we literally our faces tell us, or tell other people, how to speak our language. And more importantly, because we want to close deals with these other people, we can look at someone's face and figure out, how do I speak their language? I was skeptical when I first ran across this. 2010, met my mentor, Mac. A friend was supposed to come down. We were supposed to go to dinner. She said, hey, I'm not going to make it to dinner. I said, okay, well, why not? Well, I want the keynote speaker. I want to go to dinner with him. You should come meet him. I said, why should I come meet this guy? She goes, he reads faces. I go, ooh, he probably reads palms too. So I went to go blow holes in this guy, right? I thought, oh, I'm going to go there. I'm going to crush this guy. I've studied NLP. I've studied body language. Instead, I went and I suspended disbelief for just a little bit, and he broke down 8 people in no time flat, including me. Changed my life. Again, went from help desk to regional vice president. You guys are going to walk away dangerous after today. What do faces tell us about people? It's like a map. What do maps tell you? Where someone's been and where they are today. So our faces are constantly changing over time. What's it all based on? Well, it's based on something known as physiognomy. And physiognomy is the art of understanding other people based on their facial features. It's been around since the Greeks. I didn't develop it, and my mentor didn't develop it. It used to be taught as part of academia. As everyday schooling, Henry VIII got rid of it because he didn't like the idea that people could understand royalty, including beggars and consmen. So they got rid of it. But it's still taught to attorneys for jury consulting. Why is it important? Because our face says a lot of things, because the mind creates movement and movement creates muscle. So when our parents said, stop making that face or get stuck that way, there's actually some truth for it. All right, since no one will look at me ever the same after they figure out what we do, I put my lovely face up there. So not only did I think I knew as a kid I wasn't going to have hair long term, hence the Vanilla Ice haircut up there, but look at how much my face has changed over 20 years. Eyebrow used to be straight instead of angled. My ears used to stick out more. If you look closely at the picture of me at 18, my eyes used to angle down. Now one is even, the other one's angled up. That's how much somebody's face can change based on what you experience over time. Making sense so far? Yes? All right, don't worry, we're going to get to it fast. What this is not wizardry. This is not horoscopes. This is not palm reading. This is literally studying people's faces since the Greeks. And over time, it's been refined over and over and over again. What you're going to leave here with today is like having glasses that you're going to see every single person differently in your life. Professional life, personal life, love life. All those people you're just going to see them differently. And that's the best part about this is you don't have to use it. You don't have to analyze everybody's face, but you can when you want to. What else is it used for? This is what got me to regional vice president of sales, because when I learned to focus on other people, and we would do presentations to any customer over $1 million, and we'd go in, I used to sell to jails and prisons. You talk about stoic people that are hard to read, we'd go in and talk to officers. But once we learned to focus on them and speak their language, and you could have different people in the room, but you knew when to look at the right person when you were saying something, that's how we won deals. It also increased customer service and happiness from the customer because they felt seen and heard. Last but not least, you can use it when hiring people because you can learn to understand what do people have in common with you and what's different. All right, the thing that I absolutely love about this is, how many of you guys know who you're going to meet with before you go? Most people? Okay. When you do, this is a proactive skill. You can go and look people up on their social media, LinkedIn, find a picture of the person, and figure out, I know what I want to say, but I can modify my presentation to speak their language strictly by looking at what their face says about them. Now, here's an example. Who here knows Steve Sims? Yeah. All right.